Hello there, everyone. My name is Waba, and what you're about to watch is Mental Health Monday. It's a podcast that I do every single week live on Twitch, link in the description below. We talk with 1 to 2 guests, sometimes 3, on a topic of the month, and purely I'm just asking them about their experience with this topic. Either they have personally gone through this or they have dealt with it in some manner in a personal way. The purpose of these talks is to bring education to others and to bring awareness to these issues, and that mental health is real, mental health matters, it's okay to not be okay, and more to the point, it's okay to talk about it, and it's okay to reach out for help. There's a lot that goes into Mental Health Monday. It's very intentional, and we have a bit of a check-in usually before the talks. In addition, I myself am trained as a mental health counselor. I have a master's in mental health counseling. Now, I never, ever will claim that I am anyone's therapist online. I'm a mental health advocate, and I will share resources to the day I die. But as far as help goes, I highly encourage anyone out there to seek your own help. I have resources both on my Twitch page, but also in my Discord under resources, and highly encourage anyone to seek professional help if you are struggling with something that the people on my podcast are talking about with their experiences. In addition, they're raw, uncut, and unscripted. I usually have a few questions to kind of structure it a little bit, but we might go off the rails sometimes, have some casual conversations. Other questions might be asked, delving into details. All things considered, I put a content warning out there at the beginning of my talks usually, right before we jump into them. And it's just to say, hey, show some respect, towards the guests and their stories, first of all, obviously. But more importantly, if a topic comes up that might be potentially triggering, feel free to click off the video, feel free, to click off the stream, during the stream, or mute the tab, whatever, come back when you feel comfortable. I don't wish to trigger anyone, but I want these talks to be as unrestricted as possible so that folks can tell their story in their best words. Your discretion is advised, depending on the nature of the subject. So with that out of the way, I just want to welcome you into this video. Feel free to skip ahead as well. I'll put a timestamp in the description. And with that, enjoy Mental Health Monday and welcome into the Waba fam, your mental health talk place and queer safe space. Take care. Everyone stare into the camera awkwardly. Okay. Hello.
Hold on, wait.
I'm just that fast changing clothes and everything.
I know you are.
Hello. I see and hear an Ori. I do not hear a Seliance.
Sorry.
You're
Hello.
fine.
Yeah, I was told to wear a hat. That's why I'm wearing a hat. Also, everyone say hi to YouTube. Also, everyone remember everything that happened before and now got fucking deleted. Boom, it's gone. VOD delete. Alright, and then everything after also gets VOD delete. So if you want to vent, it's going to go on the YouTube channel, just a warning. But mostly we're going to be focused on the guests. It's podcast time. I forgot to do all the commands, but resources, podcast mode, and content warning, so all the same. So we're talking about gay shit today. So yes.
Yes, very gay shit.
Very gay shit. I swear to God, troll, if you're watching still and you're still fucking around, fuck off. I already deleted one of your bots. Don't make me delete another. Don't make me do it.
I want to play with the troll.
No. Listen, do you want to know the fucking troll's name?
Yes.
You do not want to know the troll's name. It was XE, cute, the gaze, Gaze.
Yeah. I
Oh,
can understand.
fuck.
Which for
Why
those
you
playing
wouldn't want to
for
know,
those of
right?
you playing at home, that spells out execute the gays, which is so fucked. Yeah. So I was
That's
like,
my
nope.
response.
I almost said it. I was like, oh, welcome in at no.
Nope.
Nope. Anyway,
Yeah,
hi.
thank you. Hi, mate.
Hello, lovely people. How are you both doing today?
I'm not feeling the best, which is why I'm in bed.
Is it anything to do with staying up for 48 hours?
Probably, but also my neck hurts really badly.
That's fair. How are you doing, Alice?
I kind of so, I suppose. Feeling a bit self-conscious, but I guess that's a bit normal.
You're so fucking cute. Don't stop it.
Self-conscious. Yeah.
I you are, mate. So I didn't want to have my camera on for this.
No one's forcing you to have your camera on, but we do like the J Schlep.
It's not about the camera. It's just in general.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
The sound of my own voice.
My
Yeah.
voice, for instance. Anyway.
Anyway, welcome in. Please introduce both of yourselves.
Do you want to go first?
Fine, go in a second.
Hi, I'm Ori. I'm not usually, I don't stream. You'll find me usually this chat, another chat. E-team full of kids. They're all upstairs making a bunch of noises.
You are cutting in and out.
Sorry, Meg.
It's okay. It's not a WabaStream without technical difficulties. My camera already shut off once tonight.
Of course. Do you want me to restart?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Ori. I don't stream. I'm just here for the fun of it and talk about gay shit. Yeah. You'll find me in this chat all the time, causing chaos. That or my husband will cause chaos.
I've heard that we might get a mysterious appearance by him as well.
Maybe. If I don't stop being a dumbass.
We'll see how that goes for you. All right. Go for it, Alice.
Hello, I'm Alice. Also, you probably already know me. Screen name Seliance. A bit of a variety streamer, and I'm still trying to figure stuff out in that regard. Admittedly, there's not really much else that's going on for me at the moment. I'm not really sure what else to say. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So, hello. We're here to talk about gay shit, have fun, cause chaos. What else is new? So let's just go from there. Tell me about. Well, let's start here. What are your identities? How about that? Can start from there. How would you say you identify as?
I am a gender fluid person. I'm also part of the ID system, and I identify as gay. Well,
What?
me, the host.
Okay. Tell us more about what gender fluid means for those who don't know.
Gender fluid basically means I relate to all gender identities, which I could be, let's say, female one week, male the next week, neither, or both at the same time.
Okay. That's awesome. It's pretty cool. So it kind of fluctuates.
Yep.
Nice. How about for yourself, Seliance? Comfortable with?
I would say that I identify primarily as a female, so a trans woman. I don't know, my eyebrows are moving. I guess I'm just kind of stressed. Sorry. But
Okay.
yeah, I assigned male at birth. I was born male. It does not seem to resonate with me, period. And in a sense, I'm probably still trying to figure myself out, but as far as I'm aware, I at least identify as female.
Yeah, absolutely. Trans women are women. Right?
Absolutely.
Seliance, I forgot. Could you remind me, where are you from? Because you have an interesting accent.
I have an accent?
Slightly, maybe. I don't know.
Uh,
Everything's an accent to me.
I'm from New York.
Wait, what, really?
Not New York City. Like,
Shit.
upstate New York, not the city.
I mean, same. I'm in Albany. I think you knew that. Is there anything I can do to make you feel a little bit more comfortable, more relaxed?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
I already know it's going to kind of be this way as long as I'm currently where I am.
Where are you currently at? What do you mean?
Where I am currently, I mean, hopefully it will change in the future, but as it stands, I'm kind of isolated. I believe I mentioned this in your chat before.
Yeah. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, you know?
I understood.
Okay. So Ori
Yes, mate.
is secretly, you are secretly actually a celebrity. And no one knows that. Or a few people know that.
The marriage thing, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, no, not the rich thing.
The marriage thing,
The
mate.
marriage thing, yeah. I was like, what rich thing? Fucking hell. No, marriage thing, yeah. Ori, please explain. Explain your story.
So, gay marriage was made legal in Australia in December of 2017, I want to say. And then I got married, like, I think it was December 9th when it was legalized. I got married on I think it was either the 10th or 11th of December, 2017. So, me and my husband were some of the first gay men to get married in Australia. Pretty cool.
It's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, it is really neat when you
is.
think about it.
This is my claim to fame, everyone. So that way when I'm eventually collabing with Jay Schlatt, I'll just be like, you know who really loves you? This really cool person in my chat, fucking famous, one of the first gays to get married in Australia. He'd be like, oh really? And then he'd probably say something about guns. I don't know. Jay Schlatt is fucking chaotic.
We're actually not allowed to have guns here. They're illegal.
There you go. He'll probably be like, wow.
I think at the moment, if I were known for anything, it would probably just be the fact that I wear a bunch of hats.
I like hats. What kind of hats do you have?
Well, I have this witch hat that I have on right now. I have quite a few other ones. There's another witch hat.
I love it.
This cloche, or however it's pronounced.
Oh, I saw my favorite that you were wearing before stream, the squid one.
Oh, yeah, I have a squid hat.
That thing's so cool.
I know. I'm overthinking things, probably. I was actually going to wear this originally, if I'm being honest.
Then wear it.
Well,
Put it on.
Fuck
It's gonna
yeah.
be fun, mate.
Listen, we're all
I
wearing
mean-
silly hats. Why not?
I'm wearing a gay hat. This thing's full tie-dye.
Hell yeah. So we got a squid, a pirate, and a gay. Wait, no, that's all of us.
Jesus Christ. Sorry about the coffee.
Alice, did you have... tell us about your journey. Or, yeah, tell us about your journey, if you're okay with that.
Sure. I'm not really sure where to start, though. I guess to simplify things, because it mostly kicked in more recently, it seems like. Early on, there were kind of these odd feelings, I suppose, that I didn't quite identify with being, I guess, a boy, in a sense, if that makes sense. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
I heard the whole stuff about, oh, my voice is going to change, I'm going to grow hair everywhere. It was definitely something I was not looking forward to. I think at some point I kind of forced myself, and the fact that I pretty much saw it as inevitable to try to almost fake enthusiasm about the whole puberty thing, and kind of stuck with that for, I don't know, like 10 or 20 years. And I think that when I really started to realize that or I guess re-realize things, was like around college years. Uh, Not in the way that you think. It's not like I was active in any sort of way. Still pretty isolated then. It was actually through video games that I kind of realized it. Through kind of a character that I created for, if anyone's familiar with DC Universe Online. Not really sure if they still have that game anymore. But
wouldn't know.
a character that I kind of made as, I guess, almost a fan character, sort of in my mind, or headcanon or whatever, was kind of like an apprentice of Harley Quinn. And her name was Saikana. And I kind of started to identify a lot more with that character than any of the other characters I had made before then. And I think that's really where the whole thing started. Also, sorry if I need to work on this.
So it sounds like when you were told about puberty, you were like, I don't really vibe with that. But then you like tried to like overcompensate by like super embracing it, but that really didn't work out. And then you had this headcanon character, Apprentice of Harley Quinn, which is quite the interesting headcanon actually. That you
I like
just
giant hammers.
hey man, hey girl, like giant hammers are awesome. Giant hammers are fucking awesome.
Giant Hamill's funny.
We have a giant hammer in our chat as well. It's our band hammer. It's King of Dead Pills. Warhammer. But yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool that like that character kind of resonated with you, and then you were just like, am I trans? And the answer is yes. Was that kind of how it went?
Not sure if it would be that simplified, but in a sense, I suppose it sort of started off things.
What was your thought process at the time? Like, what were your thoughts and feelings?
I don't know. There weren't really any words going through my head at the time. Just, I guess, I kind of preferred being my character over who I was.
Relatable.
And more recently, now that well, this was like only about a year or so ago, I've actually started HRT.
That's awesome.
Still trying to kind of figure out my voice as well.
It's fine. It takes a while. Transition's hard. Like shit, I just learned a bunch of like stuff about transition 2 weeks ago on Mental Health Monday.
It certainly didn't help that, I had to go through male puberty. So,
Right. No.
Yeah.
That kind of does fuck a lot of things. But
Yep.
HRT is amazing, and I'm really proud of you for, being on that journey for yourself.
Thanks.
Ori, talk to me.
About what, mate?
Chaos, gayness. When did it start, Ori? When did it start?
Probably after I got out of the Australian Army, to be honest. I grew up in a very abusive household. I didn't get a way to express myself. Ran away at 15. I joined the Army at 16. I got out at 19. And then what's the word where you become, like, almost like a sex?
Like a what?
Like is that hypersexual? Where you become like obsessed with sex?
Sure. I mean, I would
Yeah.
also probably say normal experiences of a 20-year-old, but
I met my partner at I think 16 or 17. We've been together. I don't know how to count that high. I'm not feeling the best. Sorry. I think it's like 13 or 14 years. or 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there. We had a policy about kind of like the American Army one, where it's the don't ask, don't tell one. So you couldn't really speak openly about your sexuality, especially back then. It was
Yeah, the US had that same
2010,
shit. So
2011,
dumb.
2000.
Just made shit much worse for everyone.
Mm-hmm. And then after I got out of the army, because I was medically discharged, I hurt my leg pretty badly. I got shot in it. I got into drugs, which was fun. I had some old friend, but now an ex-friend, but um, hand me something that he said was pain medication. It was actually cocaine, and that started a 2 to 3 year battle with addiction. I almost actually lost my partner because of said addiction, which absolutely killed me. Um, I was 7 years sober, and then I relapsed a while ago. I think it was 6 or 7 months ago, and now I'm here.
It's quite amazing story. What can I ask, like, pre-army Ori? So that's, I mean, 16 already is a really young age to be joining the army.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that?
Pre-army, like after I escaped my mom, or what?
What age did you escape your mom?
15.
Oh shit. Okay, so you
Yeah.
literally
I
just
was
didn't have
homeless for
any.
about half a year before I joined the army,
Wow.
and I lived with Jack and his family.
So you really didn't have any kind of a normal childhood.
Jesus Christ, no. It started when I was about 4, 5, or 6, and it just went until I was 15. My dad and I actually reconnected after I got clean and off drugs and everything. I think I was 24, 25.
How old are you now?
I turned 29 last year. I'll be 30 in September.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, mate.
How was reconnecting with your dad?
It was kind of strange. My dad was really absent in my childhood. I don't really have a lot of memories with him, especially back then, and a lot of my memories are still scattered from my childhood. So I don't have a lot of memories of him. We have a really great connection now, and I love my stepmom. But back then, when we just first connected, things were like really, really fucking strained. Especially because um, my partner thought he knew exactly what my partner thought my dad knew all the abuse that was going on in the house when he really had no fucking clue. So my partner absolutely fucking despised my dad for the first like year and a half.
Hmm. Kind of makes sense though, right? Or no?
I guess it kind of makes sense. Uh, Jack and his parents, even though they lived right across the street, didn't actually ever talk to my family. So I think my cousins, me, and my brother were the only ones who actually talked to Jack's family. So
Hmm. It's wild. So so how is it nowadays with your dad and your partner and everything else?
I think they like/tolerate each other. I mean, he lets Jack, my partner, lets my dad watch the kids when we need to go out or when I need a break or anything. And I think they have a really good relationship. I think their relationship really got a turn on, like not turn on, but like really started up when Jack's parents died. They died in 2012 due to a car accident.
Shit.
Yeah.
Sucks, dude.
life.
Huh?
It's life, mate. Death is just a part of life.
That is true. Hey, we got a troll if you want to go play with them. Maybe. I don't know.
Ooh, a troll? Where?
I don't know. They haven't chatted yet, so we'll see.
Oh, fucking Prince Bandit prick.
Yeah, how is parenting for you?
Wow, my kids are fucking crazy. Let's see. How old are the triplets? We adopted our triplets when we were 23. So this was just, I think it was like a few months before my dad and I reconnected. But I was 23, Jack was 22. It was a wild ride trying to get my whole life together. And now I got a whole rugby team in Chilton. Because I had a best mate die in 2020, and his kid went to me because his mom's a piece of shit. And then we adopted a bunch of little rugrat babies. We got a set of triplets. We have a 16-year-old foster kid. We have my 10-year-old nephew, who we've adopted. We have Sirius, who's another foster kid. I didn't name that one. Sorry. Then we have the septuplets, and then my 3-year-old daughter. So the septuplets are, I want to say, 8, 9 months old. They're around walking stage, somewhere around there. And then my daughter's 3 years old, and then we have the twins, who are just about a month and a half old. Everyone's really fucking quiet.
Sorry. It's clicking trolls.
Sorry, I kind of figured I shouldn't be talking at the moment.
You're fine.
Okay.
You can chime in anytime you want.
Yeah,
I ramble on and on and on.
you
Like,
should
that's like that.
chime in now. Tell us about your life story.
Unfortunately, I can't really think of much to say as far as my life story goes.
It's fair.
I was raised by my grandparents, and I mean, that in itself, I suppose, is already a bit, I guess, unusual, just the fact that I wasn't raised by my actual parents and such.
Actually,
And there were times when I guess it seems like I honestly don't know.
can I
There's
ask
stuff that I don't really
this?
talk about and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I actually have a question. I'm just gonna assume that's a troll.
Yeah.
Here's a question. What was your experience growing up with like the concept of like being gay or being trans or anything like that? Like what kind of like things were you told growing up about that?
Well, nothing about being trans specifically. In fact, the term never really even popped up for pretty much all of my life.
Really?
Nope. I just know that my grandparents, especially my grandmother, was a bit of a Fox News person. So,
Oh
the
God.
whole, the gay agenda, blah, 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 blah,
Are
blah.
you part of the gay agenda?
I honestly don't know. As another part of me kind of, and maybe this was somewhat associated with the fact that I didn't feel comfortable as a man, but I don't know. It felt like anything sexual was pretty much, I don't know, bad for me. Like, if I
That
thought of
can.
anything like that, then it was
Oh,
a
like
bad thing.
purity culture?
I guess that makes sense.
I mean, I
as
can
far as-
definitely say that's definitely part of like being trans and not yet like transition or not yet like out yet. You know, being very uncomfortable with your own body or being uncomfortable with sex things for sure. You know.
I mean, as far as figuring any of that stuff out now, it's kind of complicated by the fact that I can't exactly go out and meet people. You know, I can't really figure that stuff out as far as I can tell.
Because of COVID or other reasons?
Because of where I am. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I don't have a car, etc.
So you're kind of stuck to whoever is currently living in your town.
Sorry, I might need to adjust my volume.
Okay. Sorry, am I very low for both of you or something?
I can hear
Probably
you
just
fine,
me.
Mike.
I was trying to keep my volume low because I thought I was echoing.
No, you're fine,
Uh,
Mike.
it was Ori, and that was my fault.
Yeah, I think it was also my fault. This room's kind of empty and echoey.
It was literally my fault because I have my headphones on top of my hat, so now I have jammed my hat on top of my headphones. It's not gonna stay, but you know, it's there.
I mean,
The
I
fact
thought I
that
was echoing both of you because I'm seeing the little green border around my thing go on and off every now and then. So that's why I turned on the volume on my screen. If that makes sense.
Sure. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters.
Okay.
So yeah. Jane asked a good question though. Was having older caretakers difficult for you because of that generational gap?
Unfortunately, yeah. And I suppose certain past trauma also doesn't help, as I learned from my sister that basically anytime that I would make even the slightest mistake doing anything, they'd lock me in my room.
Yikes, that's pretty fucking extreme.
that's like child neglect.
And that probably led to me having a bit of a recurring nightmare. So that didn't help either.
I mean, yeah, that's literally PTSD inducing.
I can relate. I still have nightmares about the place my mom would lock me in whenever I'd fuck up or do anything that she considered bad in her eyes.
You okay?
I'm not sure if I should still be talking. I'm actually not sure what the topic is now. Sorry.
I mean, the topic in general is gender and sexuality, but you know, any stories or experiences that are related to it can be relevant. And Mental Health Monday, as my introduction says, can get pretty chaotic. So, if you have a fun chaotic story that is incidentally related, feel free to tell it. You know, it's mostly focusing on people's experiences.
I got a funny one.
Yeah, sure, go for it, Ori.
So, back in Afghanistan, we had these little tents, right?
Also, Ori, can you move your camera down so we can actually see your beautiful face?
So, back in Afghanistan, we had these little tents that we would stay in, right?
Right.
And, I got up to piss because I had to piss. And I'm not going to piss in the tent
Sure.
because I have to share it with 3 other guys.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird. Also stinky.
I walked past the last tent in the row, and there was some rustling. I was like, something's going on in there. So I had a pistol strapped to my, what is the muscle both cast, the thigh. And so I grabbed that, and I slowly unzipped the tent because I was like, something's going to be in there, right? There was my friend Pot, there was Brian, and there was Sai. They were just fucking going at it, man.
Oh my
Just
god,
fucking.
what?
Yeah, they were just fucking like rabbits.
What the shit?
The best part is they all identify as straight as an arrow, right? I'm like, that arrow's a little bent.
No, mate. It's still straight, obviously.
I mean, you get desperate in a place like Afghanistan. There ain't no women. There ain't no toys. There ain't no pleasure. It's just sand.
I guess it is just sand.
And unless you want to dig a hole in the sand and fuck that, I wouldn't recommend that, by the way. There ain't nothing besides each other. So, everyone's a little gay in Afghanistan.
It's kind of wild. And I'm pretty sure slightly culturally insensitive. And I'm fairly certain illegal in 17 countries. But you know. All right, go off.
Pretty sure it's illegal in Afghanistan.
It probably is. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate. Alice.
Yep.
Hello. How old are you now, if I can ask?
About the same, honestly. I can't really say that I have any crazy stories, unfortunately. Or if I do, then they're stuck in my head and I can't get them out.
Perhaps. When did you first hear about the term trans?
I'm honestly not sure, if I'm being honest.
It's fine.
It may have just been something that my brain picked up on at some point, and I just forgot when.
Mm-hmm. Did you like frequent any like subreddit or something like that, or like online,
Yeah.
just media? Has there been any community that you have attached yourself to in the past that like kind of helped you with coming out and transitioning and all that?
I'm not sure, maybe kind of jumped around on a few things, I guess. Like, I think I used to play that game Second Life, and there was a group there, and maybe a Discord group, but not really much else beyond that.
So, how did you get to the decision of going on HRT? Like, tell us about that journey.
Not really much to say, I guess. I mean, I made the decision at least 5 years ago, or maybe 4. I originally was hoping to try to transition or begin transitioning before I turned 30, but then it ended up happening pretty much on the year that I turned 30.
Right. And how you're 31 now then?
Yep.
Got it.
So like only 2 years older than me. Yeah.
Yep.
That's fucking hard.
What how did you get to that decision 4 or 5 years ago? Like, can you take us through that at all?
There's not really much to say, to be honest. Other than it's kind of a decision that I kind of made, I guess. I was still kind of living with my grandmother at the time, and at the time she was living in Florida.
Convenient. Or you were in Florida with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at the time, I think I pretty much had been identifying as female in online communities and even on Facebook. So
What kind of
I
online?
never really noticed.
What kind of online communities?
Just Discords and online games, stuff like that.
That still sounds like it was very impactful for you.
To some degree, I suppose. Unfortunately, there's a part of me that kind of feels stressed out when I can't do any sort of real life stuff to solve a problem. One of the reasons why I'm still stressed out about being stuck where I am right now.
Yeah. I don't know if you wanted to talk on any of that stuff. Feeling stuck where you're at.
Well, basically, I moved into this apartment about 3 years ago, and the original plan was that me, my sister, and my mom were going to work on finding a place to live in. and I basically ended up moving into the apartment complex where my sister was living, and then she ended up moving somewhere else as well, and that certainly didn't help anything. I mean, I understand why she moved because this place is far away from everything. She had to drive places and such, and, saving on gas was pretty much the main reason why she said that she moved. And, yeah.
Right. So now you're kind of stuck in this apartment by yourself
Yep.
until lease is over, or, what is your future plan?
At the moment, I don't really have any plans. I have no idea what I can do from where I am right now. Because as far as finding other places to go, I don't have rental assistance outside of basically some sort of thing with rural development or something like that, which subsidizes this place. So it's not like I have a transferable voucher if I find or somehow find some other place. That doesn't help.
No, not at all. Um, you mentioned that you had online communities when you were living in Florida. Are you still connected with those online communities, or any other online communities that that help you and where you can express yourself?
Not really. I mean, the Discord servers weren't really all that active to begin with. And I guess part of me just felt awkward talking about stuff. I guess that kind of makes sense. I was always kind of awkward growing up. I mean, I even feel awkward right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I sense that. I've been trying not to say anything, but I high sense it, and
Can
that's fine.
understand the feeling.
And I'm trying to loosen you up.
I had basically no social skills until I joined the army, so
But talking on our experiences can be awkward, right? It can be a little bit nerve-inducing. And it's sweet, and it can be awkward.
I kind of feel like I'm boring people right now.
I mean, I guess for me, I'm just trying to find what question you would best connect with. Like, where is the story of Seliance? Where has Seliance come from? Where are they going? How did they get to where they are right now? Try to find that complete picture, so see what connects with you. So that's why I'm bouncing all these varying questions around.
Sorry.
oh, there's another question in
You're
chat.
fine. Yeah, I like that question as well. Give you a moment.
I'm sorry, I think I may have missed the question.
You're fine, mate.
okay.
Take all the time you need.
Yeah.
So I think I may have missed the question. Was there another question that was directed at me that I...
Oh, from chat, but I was waiting for you because it looked like you had to wipe your nose or something. I don't know. Would Alice share with us what her ideal living arrangement would be? I know loneliness and isolation are really difficult for mental health. Curious what her comfort place would be, striking the balance of having social support. Yeah. Because there definitely can be too much, right?
I guess at this point, ideally, somewhere where I could actually feel a bit more actually independent. Because as it stands, without a car, I basically have to rely on my sister and my mom for pretty much anything that involves transportation. And possibly being able to, I guess, meet people in person would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So someplace where you either have access to public transportation or you get your license, for instance, driver's license, and have a car. Yeah.
I don't even know how to go about getting a car.
Well, there's a few ways you could get a car. You could get a used car off like Craigslist or something, but obviously, you're taking chances with that kind of a thing. But it is a way. Not always the most reliable, but still.
It would still require being able to get somewhere to actually get the car, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true. Again, depends where you live. Usually you can walk to places if you live in a, like if it's like Albany, for instance, like I could walk or take the bus. But if you don't live in like an area that has like public transport, it can make it a little harder, right?
Well,
Or you can find someone who will take the car to you,
I live in Phoenix, so I mean, good luck getting anywhere
Right.
without a car.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely.
And that's for all you people out there, there is indeed a Phoenix in New York. It's not just Arizona.
I was going to say. So, like, what else kind of a living arrangement would you like to have? Would you like to have roommates, or do you just want to live by yourself? What do you think would be best for you?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily knock the idea of roommates. The problem is that I don't really know anyone. As far as meeting people in real life, pretty much any friends or acquaintances that I've ever really met in real life, they've all pretty much drifted away.
I have an interesting question because I know, again, you mentioned like these online communities. Have you ever thought about like an IRL, queer positive space? What kind of a space would you like to have or see or fit into?
I'm honestly not sure. Like I said, I don't even know how I would get places from where I am.
Well, let's take away that and let's just say you could get places.
That is a good question. I think, to be honest, I've kind of been stuck in one place for so long that I haven't really allowed myself to think about that kind of stuff at this point.
I see that. Well, how about that's your homework assignment? I know I'm not your therapist, but that's my wellness homework assignment for you. Is imagine a life where you have control of your transportation and what places would you like to go, what places, communities you like to visit, because obviously I'm not trying to sell Albany to you, but I'm just saying in Albany we have stuff like gay bars and shit like that, and that's a bit loud for me personally, but we also have like just chill places like well, obviously it's more of like a school thing, but they have like the GS, it's not GSA, but it's something else like that, some other hangout. And yeah, absolutely, I agree with Jane. I want to express my support for Alice having the space to dream about what she would like. Yeah, so I think it's a good homework assignment, maybe. And and then
Sorry.
Go on.
At the moment, the only thing that comes to mind is not Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a fucking great goal to have as well. They're just kind of like, all right, do everything in my power to get the fuck out of this town. Like, it's no bueno. Just get me the fuck out of here. And however you need to do that, you go chase that dream. Because, things don't happen unless you take action, really. And it's very easy to feel trapped and powerless, kind of like learned helplessness, I don't know if you know much about learned helplessness, but this really is sounding like a situation like that,
Yeah, it does sound accurate.
Yeah. So if you were to kind of like, remove those barriers for yourself and just think outside of that and then do everything you can in your power to achieve that, even if it means going to like some uncomfortable place, like an example, not a great example. Don't obviously do this unless like this resonates with you. But like a lot of times, well, I know I'll speak for myself. I personally literally used the vehicle of going to college to escape my situation, and that got me out. That got me meeting new people and meeting new friends and, meeting cool people and meeting some not so cool people as well. But that was fine because it was a matter of I was out of my hometown and I got to experience life for once. You know, so I want that for you. Honestly, I do. And yeah, I absolutely agree with Jane. Your happiness is important.
Thank you.
Happiness is important. Yes.
Yes. And you were, saying you're feeling awkward and uncomfortable and feeling like that you're boring people. And I'm going to read you Jeffrey's comment from before. It's your experiences, right? Don't worry about being boring or entertaining. That's not really your job. Like, fuck, that's more my job than anything. But it's Mental Health Monday, right? We're just talking about our experiences. Sometimes experiences are boring, or sometimes experiences you feel are boring, and they're not really. It's just you're sharing. And now to relate to Jane's message, we appreciate you sharing today. So now we can root for you. And on my end, as as a leader of this community, where I try to like push people to achieve their best lives and to fucking work on what they want to work on. I want you to share that with us. I want you to share with us any progress updates. You don't have to be in my streams to do that. You can just fucking say it in the Discord and just be like, yo, I found a way out of here. Like, that would be amazing to hear from you. Obviously, it's not going to happen tomorrow. Maybe it does, but that'd be cool. But that's what our community's for. We're all on our fucking life paths here.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the other thing. Jeffrey raises a good point that while it is a learned helplessness, it's also like comfortable. Even if it's bad, you're used to it and it's comfortable because you're used to it. But you also know at the same time it's not healthy to stay.
Yep. Awkward silence.
Awkward turtle. All right. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right. I'll get the spotlight off you. Ori, go.
What?
Ori, cause chaos. Tell me something.
I'm not worried.
Who's here?
Nick, hi.
Hi, Nick. How's it going? How do you feel about being gay? Go.
I'm not gay.
Shit.
Ori is gay.
Hello, Nick. Would you like to introduce yourself to the class?
Hi. I'm Nikolai. I'm one of Ori's alters. We share the same body. We're 45 people in a meat flesh suit, as he likes to put it.
I thought it's a bean suit.
I don't know, comrade, please. I'm very awkward. I don't like the camera. I'm asexual. I usually co-front with another alter named Max. He's an asshole. He calls me a communist. Don't ask about it. It's an inside joke.
But
I was formed, I think I was formed around 17, 18. I think we were in the middle of getting the deployment, and then we were going to another deployment, which I stayed hunting for most of it, which was difficult. I really don't know what to talk about tonight.
Can I ask you? I don't know how necessarily present you are when Ori is fronting, but you said that you're asexual. Does that affect the relationship that Ori has with Jack at times?
Depending on what they're doing, I don't like to be present at all during when they're in the bedroom. I'm sometimes present with the kids. I like to spend time mostly out and about, usually helping with work and stuff. Um, I'm one of the main caretakers, so I take care of the body. I make sure we're eating, we're drinking enough, nothing's going wrong. If Ori has to step out and there's like nothing major going on, like a crisis or stuff like that, either me or Max will step in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, both me and Max are asexual, so we don't like to be present during sex, so we'll just step off into our own room.
Is Ori asleep right now?
I think he went to go take a break.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think he's getting kind of overwhelmed.
That's fair, honestly. I mean, also, it doesn't help that, I just like to put a note into Mr. Max here, sir, which is the body hasn't slept for 48 hours, apparently.
Excuse me?
Or he didn't tell you, did he? Did they?
No, I just got shoved in front.
Yeah, Ori had informed us before in the Discord that y'all haven't slept for 48 plus hours. And I told Ori to take a nap before Mental Health Monday. Also to drink water and stop drinking so much coffee. Yeah, I know.
I'm done.
Ori can be mad at me later, but I figured I should tell you since you identified yourself as a caretaker.
I'll make sure we sleep and eat and drink water after this.
Absolutely, please, yes. Thank you. I would personally appreciate that. And Ori will yell at me later, but appreciate it secretly.
Jack will yell at Ori too. It's gonna be funny to watch.
I see. Can I ask, as part of a system, each of you have a sexuality, which means you all have your own thoughts on sex and everything. So, I mean, you being asexual is kind of a harder question, I suppose. But is there other like couplings within the system, or like with Jack, or is it just Ori X Jack and that's it?
No one else is with Jack. We have, I think, 2 couples in the system. They're both semi-dormant, so we don't talk a lot. They were formed in, actually, I think it was uni. Yeah, I think we did uni when they formed. But yeah, those 2 are two couples, 4 alters, are semi-dormant now. Really, they just like the party life of uni.
It's honestly fair.
I understand it. I just didn't like the party life.
I mean, party life isn't for everyone, and it definitely can burn out very fast with that kind of stuff. You said you were co-fronting currently with Max, yes?
Right now, yeah.
Can I ask Max what Max's orientation is?
Sure. Hi.
Hello.
What up, dude?
Hey, Max. How's it going? You're on Mental Health Monday. We're talking about gay shit.
Oh, lovely.
Hi.
Good night.
This is Alice, aka Seliance, who we're talking with.
Oh, hi, Alice.
Hello.
I was asking, oh my god, I'm failing.
Nick?
Thank you. My god, how did I forget that in 0.2 seconds?
We have the most white boy names ever.
True. Yeah, I was asking Nick about sexual orientation stuff, and he said he was asexual. So I was asking him about like how that works with the relationship with Jax. So I'll ask you, how do you identify?
So I'm also asexual, but I'm pan-romantic, so I'm fine with all the lovey-dovey shit. It's just the sex I'm not for.
That's fair enough. So you kind of just like try to lurk away when that stuff happens.
Yeah. I mean, me and Nick all have a corner to ourselves, so.
I was about to say, don't you have your own rooms?
Yeah, me and Nick like to share now, but we have a whole, I think it's part trivia library, and then part, yeah, what's Nick's? Oh yeah, his is just a hangout space.
That's pretty cool.
Black's a lot of Russian music half the time. Gives me a headache and a half.
Yes, I'm sure. I know there's the literal inside joke about Nick being a communist.
Communist. Yes.
Tater asked a good question. We're actually gonna have a whole month about DID stuff as well. But because we have Max with us, that's why I was going on this line of questions. But Tater asks, do you have any tips in organizing our altars in our head by chance? Because it's quite chaotic.
Okay, so it depends how many altars you have. We like to organize by most active to least active, including dormant, so they're in like the very far back of the head while we're in the frontmost part. And then we have rooms. So Mateo has his own room. Frenchie and Baxter's there. JJ's a prick, so he goes in a corner. Me and Max, not me and Nick share. I'm Max, sorry. And then I know Ori shares with someone. I just can't fucking remember their name. Alexis. Ori shares with Alexis. We created rooms. We have a big meeting room, like a corporate meeting room, that we all kind of sit around and we organize that way. If we have a new altar come around, we'll have a meeting and then we'll go into the head for a few hours and just kind of make sure the body's in a safe place. And then we reorganize because we don't know if the altar is going to be more active or less active. We don't know why they formed, so we have to figure out why they formed, what their personality is, if they're going to be more or less active, and where they need to go.
You've quite the system.
Yeah.
System for the system.
I mean, you have to be kind of thorough when you're with Ori, the Chaos Monker. I mean, a few weeks ago we had to totally reorganize because of fucking Trenchy. And then Ori got cut up in a bunch of other shit.
Okay. I am a dead fish in the water, and I have no fucking questions. Hello, Alice.
Hello. Again.
Feel free to talk freely. Ask questions. Go ahead.
That's a good question. I guess aside from the stuff that's currently going on, I do have a bit of, I guess, concerns about HRT all in all.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Probably seems a bit silly, but then again, it seems like a lot of the time when I guess I'm thinking about stuff that seems like it's important to me, there's another part of me that just seems to bash it as being superficial, and in this case, it is basically revolving around breast development. Now that seems to not really be happening. And kind of has me worried. I mean, it's happening, but at the same time, it's like
Not
really.
happening the way you want it to happen.
Like, not much has really come out of anything yet. I guess would be the most accurate way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been on HRT?
Well, a bit over a year at this point. some sources say that most of the growth happens in the first 6 months, so that doesn't exactly help. Others say that it can take several years. It is definitely not exactly agreeing with itself, it would seem.
You might want to ask about your doctor changing your dose into a higher one. That could probably help.
You'd think, but according to, and maybe I need a second opinion because I know my endocrinologist kind of put me on basically for a skin condition that I had. They put me on a long-term prescription for a rather apparently high-potency topical steroid, and still kind of dealing with, or possibly dealing with that, as my skin's not exactly healing very well.
I would honestly reference that you do get a second opinion, but you also talk to one of our guests from last week. Actually, both of them really. A woo woo and I'm forgetting their name. I feel so bad. Oh, what's her name? Also Australian. On the tip of my tongue. I can literally picture her face right now.
Buggy? Or the girl with the crocodile thing. The crocodile icon.
Yeah. At any rate, I would honestly. I mean, you can see it on my YouTube. Last week's Mental Health Monday. But yeah, they were both. They is plural for multiple people. There's no plural for. I'm supposed to plural for women is just women, right? Anyway, they were both talking about, how you basically have to become your own fucking endocrinologist when you're trans.
I guess. I mean,
Them also both being trans female.
they're the ones who make the prescriptions and all, unfortunately. They seem to think that my estrogen levels are where they should be, but they also prescribed me finasteride as a testosterone blocker, which it doesn't actually block the production of testosterone. Apparently, it basically blocks the conversion of it. Which also means that they can't actually measure the testosterone in my system because it's still there. It's just not active, apparently.
Right. I mean, it never hurts to get a second opinion. But also do your own research about it, you know? Also, I wanted to actually open up my response by saying I'm more concerned that you dismiss yourself so much, you know? I think your concerns are absolutely valid and your experiences are absolutely valid. You know, I absolutely, you know, breast growth is definitely super important for your experience of wanting, of being a trans woman and wanting to, you know, be more womanly. Absolutely. Why not? Fucking yeah. Of course you'd want to grow, you know, boobs. Yeah. There's nothing that's not important. You know what I mean? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and also as far as like, you know, averages go, you know, maybe on average, people on XYZ hormones grow their boobs within the first year, but not everyone's average, you know? Yes. What are your pronouns? Yes, good question. I forgot to ask that. Asked it before? Probably asked it before.
I'm not sure we're asking me or not. Sorry.
Both of you. All of you.
Asking us.
All.
Nick's are he, him, and mine are he, they.
And mine are simply just she, her. I may actually be gender fluid for all I know, but at the moment my brain is kind of just focused on figuring out this current situation.
Yeah. That's fine. That's completely valid as well. You know? You be she, her as long as she, her feels like it fits you best.
Mm-hmm.
That's how things work. But yeah, definitely I would highly recommend get that second opinion. And, you know, do your research as well about what they're giving you. Because that's effectively what my guests were saying last week is that you have to do your own research and basically be your own endocrinologist, which is fucking wild to think about. But it was like literally like considerations that doctors don't think about.
I mean, I can kind of understand that. My dermatologist basically just didn't even really test me as far as trying to figure out if I even have psoriasis or something else. I mean, the endocrinologist basically asserted that seems to be the case, and the dermatologist, for the most part, just looked at it and was like, yep, that's probably it. I really wonder if I just don't have access to very good doctors where I am at this point, if I'm being honest.
That's most likely the case, I'm not gonna lie. Especially if you're stuck in the remote town of Phoenix, New York, which I've never fucking heard of.
Well, technically, the doctors that I am seeing are in Syracuse.
Fair enough, but
Yeah.
frankly, I've been to Syracuse, and it is ghost town up there. Is Jack...
I kind of have to agree. I think the only lively place that is around there would probably be the place formerly known as the Carousel Mall.
Oh, really? I would say it's the college, but
I haven't really been to the college. That's the one place that I kind of have been to.
it's cold and lonely. I visited there once. Didn't like it.
A place called Destiny, USA.
Pretty much. Hello, Ori. Has Jack come here to cause chaos? Sorry, not Ori.
Nope, the kids. Two all this is fighting again.
Fair enough.
I wish they would stop.
Frankie's home, by the way.
Lovely. Tell her I said not. Tell him I said hi. Frankie's.
Will do.
I guess as far as the whole sexuality topic goes, I mean, there's definitely a part of me that would like to try to learn more in that area, but I wouldn't even know where to begin with that.
What would you like to learn?
I don't know. Part of me really feels like I'd have to be able to meet people in. I mean, I'm pretty much rearing myself at this point, but I feel like I'd have to kind of be able to meet people to learn. Like, there's all sorts of, stuff, and I'm not even sure how to word anything.
Like, learn about what kind of people you like, for instance?
Just to some degree of that, and also, I guess, what people do and that kind of stuff. And how people even meet up and that kind
How
of
to
stuff.
flirt. Trust me. There's
How
a
to flirt.
multitude of guides that you could probably look up, but good lord, being any type of non-straight and trying to flirt is a struggle.
I have advice. Just call the person you like a communist until they give up.
Is there a secret coupling of Max X Nick or something?
Could be.
And I really hate to also bring up the topic of, I guess, turfs, but there's also that issue of
That's fair. Safety is important, right? You know.
'cause, I mean, if it turns out that I am indeed mostly into women, then there's the matter of the fact that I unfortunately still, and likely will, still have my assigned at birth parts. And, I mean, yeah, there are people who will see me as some kind of a monster just because of that. I know that.
Yeah, well, those people aren't worth your time of day. So,
Yes, but they exist, and it's not like they just have big arrows pointing down at them from the sky or something like that, you know?
it'd be nice. So you definitely have to suss people out when trying to date as a trans woman, because it's just like, I'm a woman. Is that going to be a problem? And they'll be like, well, and then you can be like, all right, bye.
People in the system has the same problem. When they go out, they basically get harassed. I know Ori gets harassed sometimes just because of the way they dress. And then Alexis gets harassed because, oh, look at that giant man that's dressing as a woman. Fuck you. It's Alexis. Alexis dresses as wonderful as she wants.
I suppose one benefit of the fact that I'm out in the middle of nowhere is the fact that I haven't exactly had to deal with that kind of stuff. Oddly enough, when I go grocery shopping, I usually just get compliments on my hat. It's not this one. I usually wear the witch hat when I'm out grocery shopping.
I mean, they are both very nice hats.
I like both of them. Nick likes the witch hat more.
There are still actually several other hats they haven't actually shown, oddly enough.
Hmm.
Maybe if I do put that one to highlight, it's gonna make it actually find the thing because I'm a bit disorganized at the moment. But it's basically a Mario cap.
Oh,
That's awesome.
And I seem to have misplaced it, unfortunately. Oh, there it is.
yes,
Found it.
more. Oh,
Nice.
so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Definitely
I
an
wish.
awkward situation, all in all.
Honestly, I wish Ori would get it over with and just shave all her hair off.
I mean, if you shave all your hair off, it'd make wearing wigs a lot easier. And then you
He
could
doesn't
change your hair on
want
the
to.
daily.
He's too scared. He's missing his hair. Guess what? It was our hair too, bitch. We all have to share this shit. I'm sick and tired of having patchy hair and having to wear a hat all the time.
That's fair. Sorry, I have a cat now. Do you have any pets?
I do not.
No.
I can go get the dog, but he'll probably bite me.
You should probably not get the dog then.
The dog doesn't like me. It likes everyone else in the system. Except Baxter. Baxter's an asshole, though.
Yeah, Baxter is kind of an asshole.
He likes Trenchy, though. I gotta ask him what he want to be called now. Trenchy or fucking Charlie? The new guy's weird. That's all
I
I'm
don't
gonna say.
know. My chat accidentally named one of your altars, so that's our fault.
I'm pretty sure it was Hattis.
It was definitely Hattis.
God damn it, Hattis.
They were just like, I don't know what my name is. And Hattis was just like, Charlie's a good name. And I'm like, God damn it, we can't be fucking naming everything. Named their pets, we named a kid. Now we named an altar. Fucking
I
hell.
named it because I have actually a small funny story revolving
Yeah.
around my name, which is that before I decided on Alice, I almost was going to go by Seliance as my actual name.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, I haven't gotten the legal name change yet, but I think Alice might be a bit more of a practical name. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Who cares if
Suppose.
it's a practical name? I mean, Ori's name is Orion. Don't even get me started on his middle name.
Wow.
Well, I guess in my perspective, the fact is that Seliance is not what most people would consider to be a real name. You know?
Mm. You know, and those people are what we like to call wrong. And not you. You know? Do whatever name you want to do. If you find Alice connects with you, be Alice. If you find Seliance connects more with you, be Seliance, you know? I know it definitely gets, like, annoying because people, like, misspell your name and stuff. But you gotta ultimately just do what makes you happy and say fuck it to the haters, you know? Because they're always gonna exist.
I suppose. The few times that I had been able to talk with someone in Florida about this whole gender stuff. They didn't seem to react too well to the name Seliance, which, I mean, that's in itself kind of concerning. I mean, I don't talk to them anymore, obviously.
I would hope not.
I mean, I'm not in Florida anymore, so definitely not.
I mean, Florida is kind of shit when it comes to like acceptance in any
Isn't
No, that's
imagination of
Florida
level.
America?
Therapists. They're supposed to specialize in this LGBT stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, New York is a lot more better about it, but you know, small town New York looks a whole lot like Deep South as well. Unfortunately, is what I've learned.
I suppose.
It's a harsh lesson to learn for sure.
If I'm being honest, I mean, if I could move somewhere else in New York, if I had to stick to just New York, then I might actually consider Albany, but I wouldn't even know how to get there.
Bus.
I mean, if you recommend it.
I don't know if I would necessarily recommend Albany. I would say that Albany is okay, but like, I guess comparatively it's okay. I don't know. I find it hard to be gung ho about selling Albany. Like, there's definitely there's okay. So I'll be fair. To be fair to Albany, there is a lot of resources in this area, like a fuck ton of resources in this area. And a lot of that is like my company and a couple other companies. Also like the school counseling is pretty great, honestly. And you have quite the variety of choice of various doctors you could go to. So, but you know, that's innate of like it being a city, but it's still small Albany, you know. So you can definitely find, you know, your circles, your friends, but you also got to be careful because I feel like a lot of people here in Albany really like to pretend that this is the city and like, you know, they're fucking thug and gangster in this shit, and I'm like, bruh, you all need to chill. So, you know, you take the good with the bad. You get a little bit of the rough New Yorkers, but you also get some pretty neat people here. Just a matter of finding them. I know, as a fact, actually, as some place that I used to frequent is this games club that is open pretty much to the public, but it's very like queer friendly. Over at the Rensselaer College. I think it was Rensselaer, right? The game place we used to go to, play board games. It was Rensselaer, right? Yeah, Rensselaer. So it's like right across the river for us. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I didn't hear anyone else talking. I thought at first you were sort of directing the question at me. It's like, I've never been to Albany. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, my partner.
I kind of figured it out afterwards.
Yep. Anyway,
Alice, would you give yourself 3 middle names? Would you give yourself 3 middle names? Because that's how many our host has.
what are you doing?
I'm not sure. I mean, if I were to change my name, I'm still going through the process of doing that. I'm likely going to kind of have my middle name reflect. I mean, this probably sounds a bit ridiculous, but I most likely will somewhat reflect my dead name and my middle name, since I guess to some degree. I mean,
That's a nice memorial.
my dead name has been a part of me for pretty much 30 years at this point.
It doesn't have to continue to be a part of you, you know.
I know, but I mean, I kind of am where I am because of the fact that I also was me back then too. You know?
That's fair.
He has 3 middle names.
That's pretty cool.
No, it's not.
No, why not?
You want to hear his first name and his 3 middle names?
I don't know if Ori would be comfortable with that information being public knowledge.
I can ask him.
I didn't even know it's possible to have multiple middle names.
You can.
Why not? I mean, consider... I probably shouldn't say that, but I'm going to say it anyway. I mean, consider a lot of the Hispanic community, you know? You have a fuck ton of names. At least that's where it's most common that I can think of off the top of my head, so...
Yeah, I suppose. Some degree, I guess it might almost be a stereotype.
Yeah, which is why I was like at first, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm like, it's kind of true. So,
Or at least a trope.
it's definitely a trope for sure. It's not always true, obviously. That's how tropes and stereotypes work. They're not always true, but there can be a little bit of truth within it.
Understood.
It says I can share one of his middle names. One of his middle names is Archer.
That's beautiful.
Well, my most likely middle name moving forward will be Isabel.
That's really cute.
That's really cute, Amy, yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
So, let me ask this. How are y'all feeling right now?
A
Am I
bit
right?
less tense than... Oh, sorry.
You're fine, mate. You go first.
I guess a bit less tense than earlier at the very least. Still a little tense, but less tense. And I don't know why my eyebrows keep going up and down.
That is progress.
Right here.
I feel like a fish out of water still, and I'm not sure where to direct conversations or questions at this point.
I do as well. I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay,
I just
great.
wish Ori would come back.
Do we want to say goodnight for now?
Please.
Sure.
Okay, that's fine. Well, thank you both for being on. I do appreciate your time, and, you know, your stories are important, even though it's a bit awkward. That's okay. Things are awkward. Things can be awkward, and that's fine. That's part of life. That's part of growing up. It's part of figuring out how to socialize and, you know, being present and all that good stuff. But, you know, I do genuinely, like, appreciate both your time.
Sorry, Ori
So
dipped
much.
on you halfway through.
That's fine. That's okay. It happens. I appreciate your time. You know, Max and Nick was there as well. So thank you both for being on. All parties. Okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having us.
Yep.
Of course. All right.
Thank you for including me as well.
Yeah, you're one of the guests, of course. Yeah. All right. Play the outro. See you in a minute, everyone.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching Mental Health Monday. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give the video a like, put a comment down below, and share it with a friend. If you want to catch it live, feel free to follow us on Twitch. The link is in the description below. As always, mental health is an open and ongoing discussion, so feel free to say hello and then, you know, come talk with us about mental health. I love the topic, always talk about it. It's a chill atmosphere, it's a safe space. Sometimes we get a little chaos and chaotic, but it's still a safe space all the same. If you also enjoyed the guests and what they had to say, you can check out their content as well. I put their Twitch links in the description below. As for the rest of my socials, they're also down there. Twitter, Instagram, and the Discord if you want to join. As always, take care of yourself, do some self-care today, and be well. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.